ladies and gentlemen, a picture speaks louder than 1,000 words, and these two visuals perhaps encapsulate the essence of Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas and Sabka Vishwas. On the left of your screens, you can see Prime Minister Modi wearing his Astha with pride as he took an Amrit Snan at the Mahakumbh. On the right, you can see Prime Minister Modi warmly embracing the Amir of Qatar. Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani is the head of the Islamic State of Qatar, which is ruled by Sharia law. Watch how warmly he shakes hands with Prime Minister Modi and embraces him. In fact, Prime Minister broke protocol to go in person to receive him at the airport. This reflected the personal chemistry of these two leaders and the deepening ties of our two nations. But in India, the opposition leaders have given diplomacy a communal spin. Asaduddin Owaisi's general Waris Pathan made a Desi Videshi Muslim distinction. He posted saying, Videshi Musalman se itna pyar mohabbat, Habibi Habibi, और देशी मुसलमान से नफरत ही नफरत. Meanwhile, the Congress party's Supriya Srinath quipped, अमीर होने से वो आपको कपड़ों से पहचान कर भी ना सिर्फ गले लगाएंगे बल्कि दौड़े दौड़े एयरपोर्ट लेने भी लपके आएंगे. Does everything for the Vipaksh need to boil down to the Hindu-Muslim equation? The two-day official visit of a head of state was to strengthen cooperation in trade, energy, investments, innovation, technology, food security, culture, and people-to-people ties. Unfortunately for the opposition, religion was the only thing that they could see in this meeting.
वल्ला हबीबी और ऐसा गले मिल रहे उनको छोड़ नहीं रहे. मुझे इस दृश्य सीन देखकर पिक्चर याद आ गई हिंदी फिल्म जहाँ पे दो बच्चे बचपन में बिछड़ जाते हैं. तो अरे भाई वो भी मुसलमान हैं, हम भी मुसलमान हैं, हम भारतीय मुसलमान हैं. हाँ, उनके पास पैसा हमसे ज्यादा है मगर हम भी माना अपने जेब के फकीर हैं, फिर भी यार दिल के हम अमीर हैं.
भाई अगरचे शेख आया वहां से तो बहुत अच्छी बात है, गले मिलिए, उसको बुलाइए, उनको रखिए, लेकिन मुसलमानों से नफरत मत कीजिए. वो भी मुसलमान है, एक मुसलमान से बहुत मोहब्बत, वो शेख है वहां का, दूसरा मुसलमान हिंदुस्तान का है, इससे नफरत.
प्रधानमंत्री doesn't hug any Muslim in India. He can't wear even topi of any Muslim. He can hug head of the states. But he has no respect for the Muslim of his own country.
While the Congress saw religion in diplomacy, they dragged in religion even in state policy where they ruled. In Telangana, the Revanth Reddy Sarkar has announced a special exemption for Muslim government employees. For the entire month of Ramzan, these employees will work 1 hour less than the other employees. Not just in Telangana, even the TDP-led Naidu government in Andhra Pradesh has given a similar order giving concessions to a specific community. Watch the war of words over this order.
अभी कांग्रेस सरकार ने एक सर्कुलर जारी किया. बहुत ही दुर्भाग्य की बात है. मैं हमारे तेलंगाना राज्य के मुख्यमंत्री रेवंत रेड्डी जी से पूछना चाहूंगा, क्या उगादी के समय पर, क्या हिंदू फेस्टिवलों के समय पर क्या इस तरह का जीवो आपको याद नहीं आता?
I welcome this notification and decision of Telangana government. If Ramzan is appeasement, then Mahakumbh is also appeasement. If we have respect for Mahakumbh, we should have respect for Ramzan also.
There's nothing wrong in showing flexibility for Ramzan for Muslims. But why is there no concession for Hindus during Navratri or even to attend the Mahakumbh, for Hindus on Karwa Chauth, for Christians during Lent, for Parsis in the month of Bahman? And why no concession for Jains during Paryushan? Well, here's the hypocrisy by the India Alliance. While they appease Muslims, on the other hand, they slander Hindu Astha. The Mahakumbh, where 54 crore people have already undertaken a holy dip, has been mocked by Mamata Banerjee's government and Mamata Banerjee herself as Mrityu Kumbh. Her alliance partner Akhilesh Yadav has added, it's a marketing stunt. Watch this.
মহাকুম্ভ আমি নাইবা বললাম, ওটা এখন মৃত্যু কুম্ভ হয়ে গেছে, মৃত্যু কূপের মতো. আমি মহাকুম্ভকে সম্মান করি. আমি শ্রদ্ধা জানাই। মৃতদেহের ওপর দিয়ে যারা এই হাইপ তুলছেন আর টাকা কামানোর জন্য ধর্মকে বিক্রি করছেন, তাদের আমি মন থেকে মেনে নিতে পারি না।
ये चाहते थे कि जनता में ये संदेश जाए कि पहले कभी कुंभ नहीं होता था, कुंभ भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने कराया है। महाकुंभ का आयोजन जो हुआ है, ये मिसमैनेजमेंट का एक उदाहरण बनेगा, जहां पर तैयारी तो 100 करोड़ की थी, लेकिन कुछ करोड़ आने पर ही उनकी व्यवस्था खराब हो गई।
While the India alliance has insulted Hindu Astha, let's remind you how they mocked Prime Minister Modi for his Sabka Saath push. In 2022, when Modi hosted Sikhs, the Congress called it poll gimmick. When he inaugurated an academy for Bohra Muslims, they called it headline hunting. When Catholic bishops embraced Modi, Congress indulged in fear-mongering. When Prime Minister sent a chadar to the Ajmer Sharif Dargah, Asaduddin Owaisi questioned his sincerity. So why does the opposition have a different yardstick of secularism for themselves and a different one for Prime Minister Modi? And the Motorola legitimate question that we're asking on the news hour tonight. Appeasement first, not Sabka Saath for the opposition? That's the question and that's the debate coming up on the other side.
You're watching the News Hour at 9. Debate number 1 on Times Now. Super Prime Time.
Joining me tonight, Pradeep Bhandari, National Spokesperson of the BJP, Deepak Reddy, National Spokesperson of the TDP, Suhail Seth, columnist and marketing guru, Vivek Silas, National Spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party, with me in the studios here, Tehseen Poonawalla, political analyst and die-hard Congress supporter. But my first question goes to Waris Pathan, National Spokesperson of the AIMIM. Waris Pathan ji, why are you never happy? If Prime Minister Modi hugs Muslims, you have a problem. If he doesn't respect Muslims, you have a problem. You have this constant problem in your mind about whatever the Prime Minister does. This is diplomacy. This is a foreign leader coming to India where there are trade, where there are investment decisions on the board. ये हबीबी क्या हो रहा है आपको? I want to also ask you, is Mrityu Kumbh a right expression? Because you're so secular, maybe you should have said a word or two about Mamta Banerjee calling it Mrityu Kumbh or Lalu Prasad Yadav calling this a Faltu Kumbh. How come you never find your voice then?
Well, Navika, I'll reply to all your queries. The first and foremost, see, Prime Minister can go hug anybody, but the way he met and hugged the Amir of Qatar as if they were separated during the birth, and like a Hindi movie we see, they meet after several years, and he's hugging, Wallah Habibi, Wallah Habibi. Okay, he broke the protocol, he went there. We are also Indian Muslims. He's also a Muslim. The Amir is also Muslim. He also prays 5 times. We also pray 5 times. He also keep fast. We also keep fast. Yeah, there's a difference. He is a rich person. But then we are also, माना अपनी जेब से फकीर है, फिर भी यार वो दिल के हम अमीर है. तो Prime Minister must also hug the Indian Muslims as well. Here what he rich people are doing is, every day you and me have seen, उनको हमारी दाढ़ी टोपी से नफरत. Since they have come into power in 2014, they have started a war. They wage a war against the Muslims of the country. Prime Minister has become a peeping Tom. Now he wants to enter into each and every person's home and to see tum kya kha rahe. What they are eating. Habibi is eating everything. In Habibi's land, in his country, 5 times prayer, 5 times azan is given on the loudspeaker. But here in India, if you give azan on loudspeaker, these people go there and remove the loudspeaker. Here you are not allowed to wear hijab. Prime Minister, people don't allow Muslim women to wear hijab if they want to study. Here they are not allowed to eat as per their choice. Here everything they want to do against the Muslim. But when a rich Muslim comes from abroad, Prime Minister, why does the Prime Minister hate the Indian Muslim and this BJP hate the Muslims? His Muslims cabinet minister, his cabinet ministers, the BJP's cabinet ministers are now time and again coming before the nation saying, Masjid mein ghus ke marenge. Prime Minister keeps quiet. His people, they abuse, they use unparliamentary word against our Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. FIRs are registered. Prime Minister does not utter a
No,
word.
I want to stop. I want to stop you right here. Please name who has made the statement of masjid mein ghus kar marenge. Please name, show evidence. I'm sorry, I will not allow you to spread fake news. Tell me who in the BJP has made a statement.
I will show you the evidence right
Yes,
now.
please.
I will name the person.
Yes, name.
I will name the person. I will name the Maharashtra present minister. He made a statement, Nitesh Rane, that मुसलमानों को मस्जिद में घुस के मारेंगे. Deny me that. If I am wrong, I will apologize before the entire nation. If Navika Kumar, if you are wrong, you have to apologize before the nation.
Okay.
He made this statement.
All
He
right.
registered
My
a fire.
research team
No
checking
action
that
against him
statement.
till now.
My research team checking that statement. But Pradeep Bhandari, they have a problem with the Prime Minister meeting the
He is
Emir
not a
of
minister, he is rewarded.
Qatar. They have no problem when they call Kumbh a Mrityu Kumbh or a Faltu Kumbh. How come there are different approaches to this great expression of secularism that they believe in so much, which is so much a part of the constitution?
Navika ji, their brand of secularism is pure 100% appeasement where they only characterize to their vote bank. Let me begin by exposing another fake news. Recall, Navika ji, when the CA agitation court was going on by certain individuals, what was Asaduddin Owaisi saying? Ki Musalmano ki citizenship CA se chale jayegi. Now the CA has been implemented. Can Mr. Owaisi name one Muslim whose citizenship has been taken away? No, he will not name. Waris was asking the difference. I'll tell you what is the difference. The difference is, Waris, you individually are not supported by the Indian Muslims. You individually and your leader backed Yaqub Menon, a designated terrorist, and said that he should not be hanged. So that is the difference between you and the Indian Muslims. Your brand of secularism is that you will do appeasement. आप मुसलमानों को भय में रखोगे, डर में रखने का प्रयास करोगे, और साथ में you will abuse Sanatan. So that is your brand of secularism. Our brand is सबका साथ सबका विकास, where the Muslims or community has 28% growth in their income under Modi era compared to your era, where the Hindus can go to Mahakumbh without any fear of Lati like they used to have during the time of Samajwadi Party government. You are talking about Muslims. Let me tell you the reality. More UPSC students have entered from the Muslim community in our era than your era. Let me tell you the reality. Literacy rate in your era is 68%. In our era of the Muslim community is 78%. You have a real issue that how come the Hindus are united and Hindus are not getting divided in caste. This is why Mamata Banerjee will say bhai Mrityu Kumbh. Mamata's leader will say कि भागीरथी नदी के अंदर हिंदुओं को डाल देंगे. Akhilesh Yadav will abuse Sanatan, not visit Ayodhya Prabhu Shri Ram's मंदिर. Rahul Gandhi will call कि मंदिर जो है वो नाचने गाने का इंसिडेंट है, because their entire prank, Navika ji, they believe that the constitution of India does not belong to the Hindus. They treat Hindus as secondary citizens. This is why when the UPA was in power, they got the communal violence bill, where every riot they used to blame the Hindus as the aggressor. They have issues because everybody is getting empowered, whether it is Muslims or Hindus. I will just end with 10 seconds. Recall what happened during the time of abrogation of Article 370. They were writing quote tweets and writing letters to the Middle East. None individual from the Middle East or the Amir back there claimed that abrogation of Article 370 was anti-constitutional. This is their issue. But आपको डर यही है कि मुसलमान भी आज बढ़ रहा है, वो भय में नहीं रह रहा.
Who's spreading hate in the country?
You are spreading hate in the country.
Allow me, I have listened to you carefully.
Even Muslims are not voting for you, Aziz Bhai. How much percentage of Muslim votes you got in Delhi?
Listen to me, sir, Bhandari. Pradeep, you must listen to me, at least have the courtesy to listen to what I'm saying.
आप लोग ने कहा था ना 15 करोड़ बता देंगे, 100 करोड़ को क्या होगा?
The recent data shows that hate is spread by the BJP in the country. Maximum hate speeches were given by the BJP people. And top of it, the top number one was Yogi Adityanath. Second number, Modi ji. Third number, Amit. It was reported that is there on the...
Which data? Is it your AIMM circular?
That is there everywhere. Don't challenge me, there are data there. I will show you data. Now you are cornered, so you won't allow me to make my point. You spoke about Yaqub Memon. Yaqub Memon trial letter was given to the president of the country. Who was the signatory to it?
For us,
who was the then BJP member of parliament raid, Mr. Ram Jethmalani. He was also signatory to it. You won't name him. But you have got choice. You will just directly
calm down, gentlemen. Calm down, gentlemen. Calm down, gentlemen. Let me get in. Tehseen Poonawala. Tehseen Poonawala. My 1 minute, Waris bhai, आपकी ट्रेन निकलती है, रुकने का नाम नहीं लेती है. रुक जाइए स्टेशन आ गया है 1 minute let me get in Tehseen Poonawala don't you find the statement of Mamata Banerjee that Mahakumbh is actually Mrityu Kumbh objectionable? Don't you find the statement of Lalu Prasad Yadav who called Kumbh Phaltu, isn't that objectionable? And why is Supriya Srinath so worried about the Prime Minister receiving the Amir of Qatar? It is a country's diplomacy, it is a country's business relations, trade relations that he's looking after. Why is the Congress, when a foreign dignitary is in this country, why is the opposition behaving immaturely and making statements of this kind? I really want to ask you, you're a party who's been in power for just so long that you should know the niceties better than anybody else. But let me also ask you one question. Secularism, constitution that you hold so close to your heart. How come in Telangana that constitution is creating a difference in the treatment of people, employees on the basis of religion? How come people will be given an hour or two off in Ramzan, but nobody is given an off during Mahashivratri or for attendance holiday for attending the Mahakumbh? And lastly, I want to ask you, Miss Priyanka Gandhi Vadra was seen at the Kumbh during Uttar Pradesh elections. Rahul Gandhi is seen at temples, especially during elections. Have they decided not to be Hindus when the Mahakumbh is on? No time for a dip this time?
Thank you, Navika ji. Good evening to you, to all my fellow panelists, and to all your viewers. There are 4 questions you asked me. Let me take each one of them head on. Question number 1, Telangana. Let's take that head on. Telangana decided to give Muslim fellow citizens, government employees 1 hour early leave. The Andhra Pradesh government, of which the BJP is a part, also decided to do the same thing. Nitish Ji, when he's in government, has also done the same thing when the Bihar government was there. But let me expose the lies that T. Raja, the BJP MLA, said. He said, oh, why isn't this leave given on Ugadi? In fact, Ugadi is a gazetted holiday in Telangana. You may please ask your team to fact check this right now. Karwa Chauth in Telangana, it's not a national holiday, it's also declared as a holiday. So Telangana has in all its list of holidays, various fasts, Navratri, the first day and the last day is also a holiday. And the Telangana government in that level has been secular. But the question is not asked to the Andhra Pradesh government, of which the BJP is a part. So I'd ask my brother Pradeep, will he today commit to us that the BJP will quit the Andhra Pradesh government for exactly the same thing that Deepak Reddy ji also out here. Now let me come to the second point that you raised. Mamata Banerjee's ma'am's statement and Lalu Prasad Yadavji's statement. And I think that these statements should not be made. I don't think we should make these statements about any religious festival. But if statements hurt you, rightfully they hurt you, and you have a right to be hurt. The Honorable Ravi Shankar Prasad ji, and I joined you that day on Times Now, stood up in Parliament and said that there was a conspiracy behind the stampede at the Mahakumbh. These were his words. Today, a conspiracy which could also allude to a terrorist conspiracy is being investigated by a retired judge. We have no answers. Times Now and Navbharat Times reporters report that even today relatives are searching for their relatives at the Kumbh. We don't have exact number of people even today because the police says 16,000 numbers are not traceable. And we are in a state of no information. Isn't it our duty to raise questions about our fellow citizens, at least those who are missing in the Mahakumbh? Third, I don't agree with what Supriya said about my Prime Minister receiving a foreign dignity. I want to be dignified. He is our dignity. He is our guest. We must respect him. But then, if you're respecting and you want to build relations with the Middle East, I congratulate you. What about the continuous hate speeches being made by the BJP leaders? And then to come on national TV, and my brother Pradeep is a very good spokesperson, but then say, oh, Congress wanted to brought in a communal violence bill. No, there was, you're pregnant or not pregnant. You're not half pregnant. There was a draft bill which said nothing of that sort. And now you're attributing that to holding Hindus accountable. No such bill ever came into existence or exists right now. But what is truly anti-Hindu is laws that continue to exist 11 years after you are in government. What truly is anti-Hindus is our Pandit fellow citizens who are not gone back to Jammu and Kashmir. You still don't call them, you still don't call them people who've been removed. You still call them migrants. That is anti-Hindu. The BJP government is the most anti-Hindu, anti-Indian government. The way you've let go of
and the India Alliance, which calls Mrityu Kumbh, is not anti-Hindu at all. It worships Sanatan.
I will believe in everything Tehseen says. Tehseen, can you tell me the date, time and the month when Rahul Gandhi had visited Ayodhya Prabhu Sri Ram's Mandir, which is integral to all the Sanatanis and Hindus in India? Can you please tell me the date, time and Tariq?
Pradeep bhai, why should
Like
Rahul Gandhi-
Tehseen bhai,
I will
anybody
answer
who's
that.
a real
I'll answer it.
Sanatani
No,
will
no, no,
visit
no.
Prabhu
Let
Sri
me-
Ram's
may I-
Mandir.
may I- may I-
So
may I
what did you
answer
call?
that?
What did
Pradeep,
Mr.
Pradeep,
Gandhi
come on,
call?
allow me to answer it.
What did Mr.
I
Gandhi
think-
call?
No, allow me to answer it.
आप जाओगे नहीं? Has Mr.
Allow me
Gandhi
to
visited
answer it.
Mahakumbh?
Allow me to answer.
Has
Allow me
Mr.
to
Rahul
answer it.
Gandhi visited
Pradeep bhai, allow me to answer it.
Tehseen
Allow
bhai,
me to
this
answer
is
it.
not done.
I'm answering it, but no, you asked me a question, I accept your question. It's a good question, I'll answer it. The government record says approximately about 60 crore fellow citizens have visited the Mahakumbh. Let's assume
When
out
has
of these
Mr. Gandhi visited Ayodhya? No, you are circumventing.
come on.
Okay,
Pradeep,
allow him to
that's not
respond.
fair.
Allow him
Allow
to
me to
respond.
proceed.
I have a
Yeah,
question. It's a
respond,
good question,
respond,
allow me.
Tehseen.
The Uttar Pradesh government data says about 60 crore fellow citizens have come to the Mahakumbh, approximately. Out of which, let's assume 50 crore are Hindus, 10 crores could be foreigners, other religion. If 50 crores have come in India has a population of 80 to 90 crore Hindus, is that Pradeep and BJP's official
It's
position?
110
Then the rest-
crores.
110,
Check your
even more. So is it Pradeep's and the BJP's official position that 30-40 crore people are not Sanatani Hindus? They are not actual Hindus? Maybe Deepak Bhai hasn't gone, I don't know. Maybe Suhail hasn't gone. Is he not a Hindu? What kind of logic is
Okay,
this?
I'll
Who are
answer
you
that.
to define who's a Hindu?
No.
Who gave you the
I only want to ask you, why is there a temple run before Gujarat elections, before Madhya Pradesh elections, before Uttar Pradesh elections?
The same reason there's a mosque
Rest
run.
of the
The
time,
same reason-
why,
the same
rest of the
reason-
time, why do you become so secular is a question that is a legitimate
The same
question.
reason why there's a mosque run before the
Can he give it
Madhya
in
Pradesh.
writing that Rahul Gandhi will visit before 26? You yourself cannot give in writing that Rahul Gandhi will visit before
But that,
26.
on this, Pradeep, I will agree with Tehseen Poonawalla. Nobody has to cut their wrist and show you that,
No, but
to
Mr.
be
Gandhi
a
has to-
Hindu,
Navika ji,
you
Mr.
have to
Gandhi
go
has
to
a history.
Ayodhya.
Others do
But
not have the history of abusing
convenient.
Sanatan.
But
Rahul Gandhi's party has a history of abusing Sanatan, calling Muslims as the first right to resources. So they have to prove it. Other 30-40 crore who have not visited, they do not have the history
Everybody who
of calling
abuses
Sanatan
Sanatan
as
finds shelter
They
in
have called
BJP.
Sanatan as dengue malaria AIDS. So
Everyone
those
who
call Sanatan
abuses
as dengue malaria
Sanatan
AIDS,
finds
they have
shelter
to
in
prove
BJP.
their loyalty towards Sanatan. If they are
My
true
dear
Sanatan,
Pradeep
not
bhai,
Chunavi Hindu.
Well, fair
Pradeep,
point there. Nobody found their secular voices when Kumbh was called Mrityu Kumbh, Phaltu Kumbh, when Sanatan was called dengue, malaria, AIDS. Really, where was your secular voice then? Since you believe so much in secularism and so much in the constitution, Tehseen Poonawalla, it's really a miss that will be questioned. But Mr. Deepak Reddy, I want to ask you, this Mrityu Kumbh, this Kumbh is Phaltu, this whole question on why is the Prime Minister hugging Ami, is this because somehow the opposition is a little nervous that all Hindus resurgence that is seen at the Mahakumbh has united them? There is nobody who's talking about rich or poor, nobody who's talking about this caste or that caste, and they see this as a threat for their vote bank. And if Mr. Modi goes and meets, Muslim leaders of the state of Qatar, that will take another toll on their vote base. Is it that nervousness that is telling on the opposition?
Good evening, Navika. Before I come to the point, I'm so tempted to address Waris Pathan in a typical Hyderabadi way of language. Waris bhai, I'm not very good in Hindi, but I would like to tell in a Hyderabadi way. Hyderabadi style में मियाँ देखो ओरिजिनल में और डुप्लीकेट में डिफरेंस रहता वो समझ लो आप. So a cheap original is less valuable than an expensive imposter. And now coming to the actual point, Navika, there are two Telugu states which are being discussed now.
रेड्डी साहब हैदराबादी जुबान में आपको सवाल कर रहा हूँ.
वो हैदराबादी स्टाइल में on a lighter note, आप lighter note में ले लीजिए.
वो जो गले मिल रहे हैं
ओरिजिनल पे डुप्लीकेट में फर्क रहता है वारिस भाई.
हैदराबादी भाषा में सवाल कर रहा हूँ.
आपको छोड़ दूंगा.
हैदराबादी
I want to get to the subject. I want to get to the subject now.
कौन है डुप्लीकेट कौन है? आपने डुप्लीकेट किसको बोला?
I'll talk about the subject. Navika, let Waris keep contemplating on that subject. Now I would like to get to the actual point. There are two Telugu states, Telangana and Andhra Pradesh. Both have come up with the same policy. But this is actually a case study for rest of India. One, Telangana, which is led by Congress party, which is driving politics on the basis of religion, caste, region, and language. divisive politics. Another one, Andhra Pradesh, which is led by Telugu Desam Party, BJP alliance, which believes in Sabke Saath, Sabka Vikas. Let me come to the actual point here. You can actually see, I would like to show a photo. I don't know whether it's clearly visible. This is our leader Lokesh Ji with his wife and the little child in Kumbh the other day. Okay, now let me come to the point here. What I say, Sabke Saath, Sabka Vikas. In Andhra Pradesh, a student of Veda Pathasala is being given 3,000 every month. Temple pujaris are being given 10 to 15,000 every month. Agama Sastra, now a new committee is formed. They are not answerable to the endowments or the executive EO. Only the pujaris have the right to decide the practices in a temple. Similarly, stipend is given to the pastors, and Muslims and imams are given stipend. This is what a role model for rest of India is. And one last thing I would like to say before I close. The other day when TTD Lokesh Ji came on air and said that when they changed the non-Hindu believers from TTD, and the same thing is applicable to all religions, the way Congress and the MIM played on it, and getting the... One second, Waris bhai, एक second. अरे भाई सुनो, वारिस भाई सुनो, अरे मियाँ सुनो, तुम सुनो, आप पहले आप वो पॉइंट में, no, the doubt what you have, you keep thinking about that. Let me finish up. वारिस भाई, जो डाउट आपको है उसमें आप सोच लो, जब तक I will finish off my opening comment.
I don't have doubt. I want to ask this question. I want an answer from you, sir. Reddy साहब, आपने बड़ा.
I hope this clarity is there with most people. I hope this clarity is there with most people. One last point. Hang on a minute. When TTD, Lokesh Ji clearly said only Hindus are going to be in TTD. Similarly, only Muslims are going to be in Muslim institutions and Christians are going to be in Christian institutions. The MIM and Congress has tried to play divisive politics on the name of religion even there. So we don't fall for your divisive tactics. We are very clear in our thought process and we believe in the concept of Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas. And this is a role model. This is going to be a role model for Indian politics in the coming days.
Waris bhai, calm down. Waris bhai, calm down. Calm down. Thoda alom vilom kariye. I want to get in Suhail Seth. Suhail Seth, I want to ask you, when we have a constitution which tells us that everybody has an equal right, do you think giving one community an off, not another community an off, is acceptable? Number one. Number two, calling festivals of one community as a Mrityu Kumbh, as a Phaltu Kumbh, and literally for a vote bank's sake, extolling the other community to the high heavens. Is that something that sounds secular and Sabka Saath to you?
There are three things here. It is abominable and shameful that I now need a certificate from some joker, either in politics or elsewhere, to be either told that I'm a Hindu or not a Hindu. It's none of their business. Religion is a private matter and it should remain so. But it's no longer a private matter because politics has been infected and politics in turn has infected religion. The big issue here, Navika, is should we start being communal about our diplomacy? That's the big issue. Should we now treat diplomatic relationships through the prism of communalism? The answer is no. Should we now measure global leaders based on which religion they follow? The answer is no. Should we equate their religion with our subversive belief that our country is communal? The answer is no. So it is stupid, it is ridiculous, and it is unintelligent to equate the relations that the Prime Minister of the Republic of India has on behalf of the people of India with any country, with any global leader, to their beliefs and their perceptions of what is happening in India. Navika, I don't know if you remember, but I remember it was on your program I said that this is a deep, dark hole which we are all falling through. Today, we are publicly bashing religion. We are publicly bashing people's faith. We are making a mockery. The comments of a Lalu Yadav are reprehensible, but he's never known to be intelligent. He's known to be full of guile. The comments of Mamta Banerjee are despicable, but those comments are not because what she believes in. Those comments are to pander to some level of appeasement. What Waris Pathan is saying is equally reprehensible, and I'm surprised because Waris is not communal in his thinking. To say that the Prime Minister of India doesn't care for the Indian Muslim in itself, to my mind, is a silly statement. Because the triple talaq happened under Narendra Modi. And if the Muslims don't care for him, so be it. You cannot now equate that relationship or your belief in perceptual terms to say that, oh, you know, why is he hugging the Emir of Qatar? What would you like him to do? Stab him with a knife? Would you like him to dismiss him? Would you like to end all relations that India has with all nations across the world because you believe that the Prime Minister of India is communal? Now let me come to a very important thing, Navika, which is going to destroy India if we don't nip it in the bud. We are making fun of the fact that these leaders pretend to be religious when they are not. You know why? Because we are the monkeys that they're throwing peanuts at. Most people get conned by the fact that a Janeu-wearing particular individual will do a temple run before the elections. You think the people don't realize that? You know where the hate is being caused? The hate is being caused through appeasement. I totally disagree with Deepak Reddy's, both his sense of humor and his analysis of TDP and Telangana party. It is a ridiculous comment to make. Oh, that we are about Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas. Equality of India means equality for every Indian. I must not recognize religion. I must not recognize your Astha and your faith. That is a private matter. In the eyes of the Constitution, you are as Indian as any other Indian, irrespective of who he believes in, who he follows, whether he's an atheist, agnostic, or anything else. Don't change that description. The day you destroy the Constitution and you measure the Indianness based on how Hindu I am, or how Muslim I am, or how Christian I am, you will destroy this country. This country has been built on Indianness. It's been built on values provided to us by our legacy, by our Sanskriti, by our history, by our forefathers, by our founding fathers. You really want to dissolve it at the altar of petty appeasement, taking sides on a national channel like yours? To say Habibi for them, Habibi for them, Nafrat for us? You're only stoking fires that do not have even embers today. Why do you want to create a destructive India when we can be a united, benevolent, beautiful country?
Well, I agree with you, Suhail said, but the fact is that it happens every single morning. What do you say? What do you say to those politicians who, in the beginning of Kumbh, and I'm asking you this, Mr. Vivek Silas, Akhilesh Yadav, beginning of Kumbh said, oh, nobody is coming here, trains are coming in empty, the Uttar Pradesh government is just hyping the whole thing, and today he says there are so many people coming here, the government in Uttar Pradesh is not prepared for it. So first, make up your mind, are people coming or people not coming? And then he comes out and makes a statement that, you know, if so much is spent on the Kumbh, what will happen to the farmers? I want to ask you, Kumbh was held even during the Samajwadi Party's regime. Did you not finance farmers? Did you not look after the farmers? What kind of statements are being made? And when Mrityu Kumbh, Faltu Kumbh is said, how come you people who give sound bites every single day don't find your voice to object to these statements being made against one community?
As far as Mahakumbh is concerned, we just saw the bite of Mr. Akhilesh Yadav. He questioned the mismanagement and how the mismanagement has been done. You let the people of India who are listening to our debate, let them decide whether it was a mismanagement or it was absolutely perfect. Now today we are discussing, as you said, does everything boil down to Hindu-Muslim politics? That was your opening statement. The second said, why do the opposition have, if PM is meeting the Sheikh Al Thani, Amir Qatar, what is the problem with the opposition? And Pradeep Bhandari right now said that we believe in Veer Abdul Hamid, then I am showing you the Times of India has just reported that the name of Veer Abdul Hamid's name has been removed from the school gate in Ghazipur, Uttar Pradesh. Please let me complete. I have got a
Wait,
chance
wait.
after a long time. You know, now the question is what you said, why before elections the people go to the temples? But you see, why before elections, when the elections are in, West Bengal, Prime Minister goes to a Matua temple in Bangladesh. That is a appeasement politics, and we had discussed on that. You have not given a single ticket to a Muslim man from a Muslim community. And why? My question is, when it comes down to the election, why the Bharatiya Janata Party starts? हम तो कपड़ों से पहचान लेते हैं. ईद, दिवाली, शमशान कब्रिस्तान, 80-20, मटन, मछली, मंगलसूत्र, मुजरा, बेहू बेटी को उठा ले जाएंगे, मंगलसूत्र छीन लेंगे. That is the politics that the Bharatiya Janata Party does. And one more thing, Navika ji, it's very good that you have mentioned about Sikhs also. जब सिखों की पगड़ी उठा के डस्टबिन में फेंक दी जाती है, जो वो हाथों में बेड़ियां और पैरों में जंजीरें बांध के लाया जाता है, why the Bharatiya Janata Party and the Honorable Prime Minister is quiet? He should have,
All right.
he should have
many
said
questions.
This. He should have said
Bhandari,
this to
please
Donald
respond.
Trump.
My dear friend Vivek ji, first of all, you're spreading fake news. This is the picture
My
of...
all
listen,
newses are fake.
Now listen, no,
Whatever
let me,
the Bharatiya
I was
Janata Party
listening to you
says,
patiently.
the most
Let the
fake
viewers
party
judge whether
in
you are
the
fake or
entire
not. Why are you
planet.
so rattled? This is the widow of Veer Abdul Hamid ji. And the Honorable
Why have
Prime
you changed
Minister,
the name?
I'm coming
Why
on to
have
that,
you
relax.
changed the name
it
of
is
the
a fake
school?
news, sir. It was a PMC school.
It's
It was not
reported by the Times of India.
Yes, check it. It is
It's
check it.
reported
It
by
is
the Times
us.
of India.
It is us who have ensured that in the NCERT there is a textbook and a chapter on Veer Abdul Hamid.
Times of
It is
India.
us who have
This
named
is
an
Times
island
of
in
India.
Andaman and Nicobar
The
as
same
Veer Abdul
group
Hamid.
where we are
It is
debating.
us who have ensured
The
that Veer
same
Abdul
group
Hamid
where
is
we
there
are
in the
debating.
textbook. It is
This
us
has been
whose
reported
widow
by Times
with
of
Veer
India.
Abdul Hamid's
It
widow
has
has
been
been led
reported
by the
by
Prime Minister. Have you
NDTV,
met
it
Veer
has
Abdul
been
Hamid?
reported by
No.
London Talk,
You are
it has
lying
been
on the school.
reported by
You are
India
lying on
Today.
the
All
school,
the
sir.
channels have
You are lying on
reported
the
about
school.
it.
You are lying
You
on the
are a
school. I
liar of the
challenge
first
you.
order.
You are lying
Let
on
me
the
tell
school.
you.
Read the entire report. It was a
Navika ji,
PMC
is
school.
Times of India fake?
No, read the entire report. Read the entire report. It was a
Times of India
PMC
fake?
school. It was a
Please don't
PMC
do this
school.
type of
You are lying,
politics.
sir. You are
Where
lying.
you
You are
get
lying.
caught,
Let me come on to this.
The
I
people of
challenge you.
Uttar Pradesh
Let
are
the
also
viewers judge.
listening. Maybe the people in Gazipur are also.
Does this, if the name of the school is changed, you have the right to ask that question. But how does anybody defend the statements made about the Prime Minister meeting the Amir of Qatar? How does it change Mamata Banerjee's statement of Mrityu Kumbh, which has been made today? I just want to ask one question. Yes, I agree with Suhail Seth. Religion is to be followed in your personal space. We all respect each other's religion, each other's faith. But when one community is targeted, how come people who have things to say every single minute of the day forget to raise their voice and say, "Nahi, this is also bad. It shouldn't be said," to their own friends? Why does nobody think it necessary to raise objections just for politics? And that is why I asked the question, Mrityu Kumbh, is it because all Hindus are descending there and all Hindus are neither bothered about whether they are rich or poor, whether they are from north or south, whether they are from caste A or caste B, they are all together taking the holy dip? Is that why politicians in the opposition side are suddenly worried about the vote bank? What will happen to the caste census? What will happen to the divisive policies that they've been pushing around? Have they dissolved and just flown away in the Ganga, in the Sangam? That's the question we're asking tonight. We leave it at that. Thank you very much to all my panelists for joining me on debate number 1.